Fragrances marketed directly to the ladies. Women's perfumes. You know, for some reason, we have no issues with women wearing men's fragrances, but there's still that stigma for guys that should not wear women's fragrances. And look, I could care less. If I think it smells good, I think it smells good. And I happen to have a profound love for florals these days. And I actually have 7 fragrances that I want to bring to you today that are straight up marketed for women, labeled as women's perfumes, that I myself got in my possession for me to wear, that I thoroughly enjoy. And I really feel like if you really want to expand your olfactive palette and you really want to experience more, and maybe you're on the fence, stop worrying about what others think and only concern yourself what you think and what you like. Let's discuss these fragrances. Stay tuned. Starting with what basically smells like a more floral take on Versace Man Eau Fresh to me, believe it or not. That being the original Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue for the women. Now, I don't wear this that often, mainly in the summer, but it's when I'm in the mood for the scent profile. This stuff smells really, really good. It has a little bit of a white floral touch to go with that fresh citrus, musky, fresh spicy type of smell that Versace Man Eau Fresh has. It's basically just a more feminine take, is how you can look at it. Even though it's a light blue fragrance, it smells pretty similar to Versace Man Eau Fresh. I really enjoy this one. I have never smelled the Intense. I'm not sure if it's just a more intense version of this Truly, or if it's changed a little bit, kind of like the men's version of Light Blue and Light Blue Intense. But I gotta tell you guys, this is one that I actually know at least a handful of guys on social media that post this as their scent of the day on occasion, especially in the warmer weather, because they've gotten to experience just how good of a fragrance this is, because certain oils will smell a little bit different when they mix with a male's skin chemistry and pheromones as compared to a female's. So I'm telling you guys, you're missing out on some great scents if you don't give them a chance. And if you're looking for a safer bet to kind of dabble your toes into maybe what you will and will not like when it comes to fragrances marketed for the ladies, something like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Perfume is an easy gateway into really seeing what's out there and what you will and will not like. I'm telling you, give this one a try. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Perfume. Now, this one should come as no surprise if you've watched me for any length of time. At some point, you've probably heard me talk about this fragrance. It screams marketed for women. I don't care. I love Iris. I love this fragrance. Juliet Has a Gun. Lipstick Fever. Tell me that's not marketed for the ladies. Beautiful, juicy, fruity raspberry note. This stuff smells so good. I actually walk by, grab the bottle, and sniff the atomizer way more than I actually wear it. I don't wear it enough, but I smell it all the time. This is a gorgeous Violet Absolute and Iris. It's a little bit waxy, makeup-y to give the lipstick vibe, because I mean, hell, they named the fragrance Lipstick Fever. It does have a lipsticky, irisy type of smell, but the richness of the violet here is what changes it a little bit. There's some patchouli. Even though it's not listed, I get a little bit of cedarwood in the dry down. That actually adds a little bit of a masculinity, kind of brings it back down from the overly feminine tone as it starts to dry. But this is one that I have urged you guys many times. Check this one out. Get a sample. If you like Iris, this is an olfactive experience worth having, because you may end up really needing to have a bottle. Like I said, this was, from the moment this got announced, I knew I had to have a bottle. I was lucky enough to secure a tester. I love this stuff. I did a review long ago. Oh, it's an addictive scent. If you really like a good iris note, a great iris note, dare I say, with some lovely fruitiness. Obviously, this works great for the ladies, but guys, don't sleep on this one. Give it a try. Get a sample and give it a try. Juliet Has a Gun, Lipstick Fever. So Baccarat Rouge 540, while marketed as unisex, outside of, you know, serious fragrance enthusiasts, usually it's mostly women that wear this, and this is definitely marketed for the ladies. This is a take on the EDP version of Baccarat Rouge 540. It is Christian Siriano Eau Rouge. This is a lovely designer version, inspiration of Baccarat Rouge Eau de Parfum. But here, it's directly marketed to the ladies. You can tell by the bottle, and it actually came with a lip gloss that my wife has. My wife did not want, if she could have had this one if she wanted it, hell, I mean, she can come grab it and spray it anytime she wants. She has Banana Republic Rosewood Amour. That's her preferred profile of Baccarat Rouge 540, so she doesn't have a need for this. So I just said, no, absolutely, I'll keep it, because man, this stuff is really, really good. Until I smelled Dossier's version, this was my favorite inspired take on Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP, and it still is a great take on it. But the point of this is it's marketed directly for the ladies, and I have no qualms and no worries when it comes to wearing this fragrance. Not a beast overwhelming performer, but it has a nice trail, and it will remind you distinctively of Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP. It's not quite as sweet as the Extrait. That's why I say the EDP. But I mean, it's definitely a very feminine bottle. And like I said, it came with a lip gloss directly marketed to women. But fellas, if you like BR 540 and you want to save some money, here you go. Get your hands on Christian Siriano Eau Rouge. It's a great designer take on the EDP. As long as you can get over the girly bottle, you'll be okay. Honestly, my favorite fragrance marketed directly to women that I own. I had to have this. I had got a discovery set from Kajal Perfumes. That was the first time I sampled it. I didn't even know at the time, the first time I sampled it, it was marketed directly for the ladies. I just assumed unisex, that being Kajal Eau de Parfum. This is an iris rose fragrance with a gorgeous amount of citrus up top. There's bergamot, there's lemon, there's orange. It's a blast of citrus up top, with a fresh, watery Turkish rose and a gorgeous orris root smell that adds, it's a fresh, fruity floral that's not too fruity, but super fresh. It, of course, powdery, but yes, it leans feminine. I mean, it's marketed for ladies. It's a floral dominant fragrance, but I personally believe this smells incredible directly off of my skin with my chemistry, and I have gotten my fair share of people telling me I smell nice or asking me what I was wearing because I smelled nice in the times I have worn this. Does it happen every time I wear it? No, absolutely not, but it does happen on occasion. And being an iris fan such as myself, when I smelled this, I had to have a bottle. And this is one that anytime somebody asks me about a great niche floral fragrance, I always recommend this one. It's safe enough. Yes, it's feminine, but because there's so much citrus and freshness and woods in the dry down, that I honestly don't think it's too feminine. Now, guys that only wear aromatic, spicy barbershop style fragrances, yeah, this is going to be the most feminine fragrance in the history to them. But to those of you enthusiasts out there that are looking to expand your palate a little bit more, I'm telling you, this is a wonderful, wonderful iris fragrance that's marketed directly for the ladies that I personally enjoy wearing. And I'm telling you right now, there's nothing wrong with wearing this one. Get yourself a sample. Like I said, it's available in the original collection discovery set from Kajal Perfumes. There's always a link down in my link tree. And get your hands on a sample. They have this, Kajal Homme 1 and 2, and Dahab. All 4 fantastic fragrances, but this was the standout to me at the time. Get your nose on this, Kajal Eau de Parfum. Next, I've got an interesting one for you. Actually, honestly, this is the most little girl fragrance, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, of the group. It's Ariana Grande Cloud, because this is another one that kind of resembles Baccarat Rouge 540, but smells more so like cotton candy to me. It's very playful, it's synthetic, and very youthful. I've had viewers that have told me, when I've mentioned this one in the past, that it's their daughter's fragrance and so on. And look, don't let that detour you. I'm not the first person to sit here on video on a fragrance channel and tell you this is a solid fragrance. That you can get a 30 ml for around 20 bucks, and it's very enjoyable, especially if you like cotton candy. Who the hell doesn't like cotton candy? I like it so much, I grabbed a bottle of the body spray at Marshall's. They always have them at Marshall's. Super, super cheap. Honestly, I spray the body spray way more. I've only worn the fragrance maybe a handful of times, but on occasion, I'll douse myself with 7 or 8, even sometimes 10 sprays of the body spray because it don't last, but it smells incredible. This has solid performance and can be loud and cloying if you overspray it. The body spray, Roll with it. Spray heavy. Laying around the house, just want to smell good. You want to smell nice. Here you go. I'm going to be honest with you. When I do wear this on occasion and I walk out, my wife says, "Ooh, you smell pretty." You know what? You're damn right, baby. I do smell pretty. When you're wearing Ariana Grande Cloud, there's nothing wrong with it, fellas. Yes, super girly. Don't get me wrong. But the scent profile is lovely. Like I said, it's a more candied, cotton candy sweet take on Baccarat Rouge 540. So if you like anything about Baccarat Rouge 540 and you're cool with sweet, it's worth giving a try. I mean, hell, I even have the body spray. Ariana Grande Cloud. Next is one that, honestly, for me, it took a long time for me to get past the opening because I deem it one of the most feminine smelling openings I've ever put on my skin, honestly. But as it gets into the dry down, it gets gorgeous, creamy vanilla. There's this nice tart black currant fruitiness that comes out more and more once you get past the white peach. The white peach is what, with the jasmines, what really makes it a heavily feminine opening. That being Mancera Black Vanilla. Another one. This is definitely marketed for the ladies, but again, on social media, I've seen a lot of guys that really enjoy this, that have gotten past it, that have posted this as their scent of the day over the years, because it's awesome. It's different. It doesn't smell like everything else. This is a creamy, whipped type of vanilla smell. It's fluffy, if you will. It's very bright, airy. It's got that whipped vanilla cream type of smell to it. It's beautiful. It really is. The black currant adds just enough tart, bitter fruitiness to kind of bring this one back down to earth. Tone down some of that femininity of the opening with that white peach and jasmine. Because overall, the most dominant notes here are jasmine and vanilla. And those can make for a very feminine scent profile. And don't get me wrong, this is a very feminine scent profile. But it's one that if you give a chance, you may end up having to have a bottle. I'm telling you, this stuff is really, really good. If you like vanilla fragrances or you like jasmine, anything about that, this is absolutely worthy of a try, and it's a monster in performance. Absolute monster. I've never put on more than 4 sprays because I don't need to. It's nuclear. It's red tobacco type of performance. It comes from the same line as red tobacco. The bottle style may look familiar to you. It's basically just a black translucent version of the red translucent red tobacco bottle. Comes from the same line. Beastly. Mancera fragrances tend to be beastly in their own right, but it's something about this line. They're nuclear performance. They're well beyond 12 hours, and they're very loud. You don't need a lot of sprays. Black vanilla being no different, just a much more feminine fragrance. Might be too feminine for some. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not, because the opening was challenging for me for a long time, honestly. But I've gotten to a point to where I just love every moment of it when I do wear it, which I don't wear it all the time, but when I do wear it, it's an absolute treat, and it's one that's worthy of getting a sample and trying. You may deem it absolutely not, but then again, you may be, ooh, this is what I've been missing. That's a real possibility too. With Mancera Black Vanilla. Last but not least, one that is just probably the best fragrance here in this video. My wife this is my wife's bottle, don't get me wrong, but I do steal sprays on occasion because it's just so good. This is actually one that I really encourage you guys to try, that being Argos Perfumes. This is one of the 30 ml bottles. My wife predominantly wears this one, but I gotta tell you guys, it's special. Lovely citrus violet leaf iris combo up top. A good natural Florentine iris smell. It has a little bit of that earthiness to it, that boiled carrot smell, which I know sounds strange when I say it, but it really works. There's a hit of ginger that kind of comes and goes. It doesn't linger too much. It adds kind of a brightness to go with that citrus and that violet leaf accord that you get, which adds a little bit of, I don't want to say the Fahrenheit vibe, but it's got kind of that violet leaf feel to it. Just a little hint of it. Because it's so well blended, you just get a little hint of it. Then as it starts to dry, you get more vanilla tonka bean to go with the iris that adds this nice powdery, but not too powdery, sweet, creamy feel to the fragrance. This is gorgeous. Another one that's a stunner and powerful. Very, very powerful. This is elegant enough to dress up to the max, yet not so serious that I don't think you can't pull it out with a t-shirt, because I have worn this with a t-shirt. I have worn this with a suit as well, the few times that I've been lucky enough to wear this one, because like I said, I don't want to steal too many sprays. It's only a 30 ml, and my wife loves this stuff. This Zaharoff Signature Rosé and YSL Libre are her 3 favorite fragrances. It's what she wears almost all the time, and when we go somewhere, like we're dressing up, date night, stuff like that, this is her go-to. So I try not to steal too many sprays. I do spray it on occasion. I'll give myself 3 or 4 sprays, which for the performance you get more than enough. But this is probably the main one of this video that I would say, guys, if you like florals, give this a try. There's many guys that I know of. Justin, for example, shout out to Justin. I know Justin enjoys this one for himself as well. Really, really, really good. Fruity floral tone fragrance with some spices and some vanilla to it. It's a damn good fragrance. Get yourself a sample and try it for yourself. Argos Perfume. Well, that's the 7 fragrances that I wanted to bring to you today. These are the 7 main marketed for the ladies fragrances that I wear. Do I wear them all the time? No. Do I wear them on occasion? Absolutely, because I love the way they smell. Some of these, like Lipstick Fever, I smell all the time because it's such an addictive aroma to me. I'll just walk by, grab the bottle and sniff the atomizer. It smells that good to me. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to open your olfactive palate to new experiences, okay? Why is it okay for women to wear men's fragrances, but it's not near as okay for men to wear women's fragrances? And it's not the ladies giving us a problem. Fellas, it's some of you that make others feel like they can't do it because they'll get made fun of, called a name, or whatever. That's a bunch of bullshit. Guys, wear what you like, try new things, because if you're really an enthusiast and you're really into fragrances, there's no reason to not open yourself up to these things and see if you like them. You may or you may not, but you won't find out unless you take the dive and you give some of these a try. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these fragrances and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you might thank me later. Have a good one, guys.